This is the Teaching Bites podcast, episode number 16.
Welcome to the Teaching Bites podcast, our unprofessional development resource to take your teaching to the next level. Here are your hosts, Fred and Sharon Jaravada.
And welcome to our show where we share bite-sized tips and ideas so you can make them your own. Whether you're a brand new teacher or a veteran teacher that needs an extra spark, we're here to help you take your teaching to the next level. We're your host, she's Sharon.
And he's Fred.
And we are back for episode 16. And before we start, this episode's all about Donors Choose.
Right. So I'm going to talk about my project I have up and the past projects I've submitted, and tips for you, little nuts and bolts, just so that if you don't know how to do a Donors Choose project or you've always wanted to, well, I'm going to give you some inspiration. And it's really not that hard, and it's amazing.
And this is your third. You've been doing this 3 times.
This is my fourth project.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So fun fact.
All right. So fun fact for 16. I always think about 16 candles. I'm turning sweet 16, but I found something cool that in Germany, Belgium, Switzerland, Austria, Italy, and Portugal, that it's 16 is a legal drinking age.
Drinking age. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. 16, you can actually drink.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them drink wine.
Probably.
Those places.
But
Well,
they
except
have
probably
beer there too.
Germany and Belgium probably, and probably lots of beer as well. But also, quick shout to my favorite number 16, the San Francisco 49er legend, Joe Montana.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Number 16.
Yeah, and you have his jersey. Okay.
Yeah, go Niners.
All right, so Donors Choose. Wow. I love this site. It's a nonprofit, okay, and it's based in New York. And the idea is teachers, public school teachers, by the way, put up a project online. You have to write up a proposal, like a grant. And actually, it's really cool because right now I'm teaching persuasive writing in my class. So it was a really great example of an opinion piece or a persuasive language. So what I do is you have to write what your students are like, what you need, why you need it.
So it's a place where
right?
it's a website where you go asking for things.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And so every teacher starts off with 3 points. It's a point system. So as you submit, like at the end when you get your project, I'll go over all the other stuff, but when you get your project funded, you have to submit thank you letters. And so you get points for submitting thank you letters, for writing a thank you from the teacher to the donors. And so you build points as you go along.
So going back, what do you ask for?
So things like I've asked for, the first one I asked for was a LCD projector in my classroom. Another one I did was chairs, because my chairs in my classroom were really old, broken, right? Third one I did, which I featured on our Teaching Bites blog. It's called 4 Great Tips for Your Donors Choose Proposal, and actually I'll put it in the show notes. I got Chromebooks. I got 11 Chromebooks with that one. And my current one is called STEMify My Class. And I'm asking for things like Legos, circuitry kits, Zoobs.
What's a theme?
And it's basically
STEMify. What's that?
STEM, right? Science, technology, engineering, and math, right? So things that I ask for all support the STEM concepts that we need are so important in education today. So I got the proposal going. It's actually been up for less than a week, and it's over half done. So I'm almost funded.
Nice.
So one thing that's really important is on my blog post, when you write your proposal, it's important to write from the heart. You know, it's something that you feel passionate about. So just write honestly, and people will feel that, and they'll be inspired to donate to you.
So going back way back, these are proposals for things, right? Like for teaching materials or classroom furniture, or something to do with teaching, right? For the classroom.
Partially, you can also get field trip money.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
you
pretty
can
cool.
also get presenters come to your school.
You can get people coming into school. You can ask,
you can ask for that.
like the president to come in and speak.
President Obama. But actually thinking about this, another thing I was thinking about is that I was wondering, I could look it up, if you could do one for professional development. I don't know right now.
I see. That's pretty cool. So you're not just limited to things, like to materials or books or furniture. You're not limited to that.
No, but the thing is, if you do purchase things, you have to go through their vendors.
Oh, okay. So you have to go through their vendors. I got it.
So
you can't just go to Amazon.
Actually, you can now. The last year, you can go on Amazon now.
Okay, that might be
before
a new
you
thing.
couldn't. So it's opened up so many things that I can get.
They probably they have some kind of deal with Amazon, work with them, and Amazon work with them also.
Right.
That's good.
So
Easy.
So of course, once you write your proposal, you have to promote it, right? You have to put it out there to the world.
So how do you do that?
So the one thing that's really awesome is that it connects to Facebook.
You can connect.
Yeah.
to Facebook,
So it's linked up. So once your proposal is approved, you'll automatically put up a post on your Facebook page, and then once someone donates to it, it will show that too, like 3 cheers for someone who donated.
So it identifies the person who donated.
Right. And then
Can the person not do that if they
They can be anonymous if
Okay.
they want to. And I've gotten gift cards in the past, so that's a great way to apply. Like I have 2 parents that gave me gift cards, and I applied that to this project. And also, I could also use it to donate to other teachers if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So Facebook is great to do that. And then, I don't have Twitter, but you helped me and put on your Twitter. So thank you for that. And then I actually emailed my parents in my classroom about this project, and I put on my blog post. And then I emailed the school community.
Nice.
So you have to get it out there. Otherwise, just like this, you can't, who's going to know what you want?
You still have, if you build it, they're not going to come. You
Right.
need to market. You gotta market it. So even Apple, they have their iPhone. We all know how popular that is, but you still
have ads.
They still have ads.
Print and
TV, Facebook. Yeah, they have marketing. Also, they still push out their marketing. So even the biggest companies, the most popular companies with the most popular products, they still market their products. So just like us, we need to share with other people what we're doing.
Right.
Right.
And so let me go back and guide you through a process of getting a project put on the Donors Choose site. Okay? So you have to join, of course, with an email, and you start a project. You have to type in, your school, put information about what your class like, what you want, what audience this affects. Like, for example, who will this benefit? So I put 3rd graders, and in what category, like language arts or music or things like that. So the donors know what they're donating to and who and what for. Okay. You go shopping, and you select any of the vendors that they have on their site. You have to select what you want. And then, just so you know, and if you look on my project page, which I'll put it's in the bottom in the show notes, it shows you that besides the cost of the materials, the donors also pay for the processing by Donors Choose to process letters, have this website up, So it's more in addition, but it's worthwhile because this is a nonprofit and they're doing great things for teachers and educators out there.
Now, this Donors Choose got a lot of, and what I see when people donate, I see this matching donor. They're anonymous. It's pretty cool. So I'm assuming these people are matching other people's donations.
Right, and let me go into that. Actually, is that when you submit a project, okay, the first week of your project being up, you there's always some kind of promo code that will match double the donation. So if I donated $50, then the match will donate another $50. And what's amazing is that there's seasonal kinds of matching in addition to the first week. So
how do the people get the promo code?
You have to promote it when you put it.
Got it. Okay,
yeah.
so you tell people,
Okay.
you market it, and you tell people to use this promo code.
Right. And actually, one other tip is that one of the parents forgot to use a promo code, and Donors Choose is really nice about going back in to honor the promo code, and then we could double it from there.
Where does the money from these matching donors, the matching, where does the money come from? Do you know?
Probably sponsors, and that's actually at the bottom of the Donors Choose page. Like I see right here, Chevron,
Okay.
Staples, Kia,
MakerBot.
Melinda, and Bill
Right.
Gates Foundation.
Nice.
Code, Disney, right? So going back, I was talking about the seasonal match. So I did my Chromebook, connecting with Chromebooks project during the summer, and it got approved right before school started. And so what happened was again, same thing, promoted it, Facebook, emailed out to the community. And then within a week later, there was the Bill and Melinda Gates Back to School match. And they said that if they would match up to $1,500 of anything that's left over from your grant. So it's automatically I got the rest of it
Automatically.
because of them.
Thank you, Bill and Melinda. Thank you.
Yeah. And I was like, wow. And then they also have a Christmas one, like holiday one. Because so they have these seasonal matching. So it's important to, one of my colleagues said you should have a whole bunch of projects kind of just waiting in the wings so that you can just boom, like
That makes sense.
put it out when you at those opportune times. Okay. So yeah, once it's approved, you have the Spark. This one is Spark is the promo code. You promote that, you get that 1 week to match. After that, of course, you can still keep, asking for donations, but the first week is kind of like a boost,
Nice, very cool.
And and then if after months go by and the project is still not funded, then I think there are ways where the donors that donated might get their money back. And they could donate to another project of yours.
Okay.
But I haven't had that happen to me.
Right.
But
so
there's something that happens if it's expired.
Probably missed this part. But is there an expiration? Is there a time limit for each project?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
Okay,
I forgot the time limit. I think it's
forgot?
probably
Okay,
a couple
forgot.
months.
Oh, a couple months. Okay.
Yeah, maybe like I can't say 3 to 4 months. I have to look it up.
Right.
But otherwise it kind of just lingers there.
Right. Okay.
So so what else? So if you look on my STEMify my class, you do have to put up a picture of your class. That's like your profile picture for Donors Choose. And you have to get, media release forms. And it's available on their website to make sure that parents are okay with this picture being up. And then, once you get the project funded, then the Donors Choose wants teachers to write a quick thank you to the donors. And then you can also set your due date for the thank you package. And the thank you package is the most important one. It's how we appreciate the donors that gave to the project. And they want 6 photos of the students using the materials.
6 photos?
Yeah, materials. And they want a teacher thank you again, and they want student letters. And sometimes the donors don't want letters, and they sometimes want to be anonymous. So it's very specific, and Donors Choose is very good about being clear on what you're supposed to include. If you can schedule the thank you package for, like, I think at the most 3 months out from when you receive the materials. But if you're late, then they dock points. So like I said in the beginning, the point system helps you, get certain projects. So my Chromebook project was about $3,000, and I forgot how many points that was. But
how many Chromebooks was that?
11.
11 Chromebooks.
Yeah, and so I had at least, I think it cost, I forgot how many points, but I built up enough points because of my previous projects that I can spend that much. So if you're in the beginning, if you're starting out, like I said, you get 3 points, and then as you build, you can get more expensive things or items that can cost more. However, I found this cool tip online, because there's so many people, teachers that have tips too, that if you want like 10 iPads or something, that you could have one proposal for each iPad, because donors like to see that they've donated
for each iPad.
Yeah, if you're going to try to get 20,
there's 20 proposals,
something like that, and then
wow.
People can see like, oh, it's more tangible, like it's I guess you can say it's
one-to-one,
the light at the end of the tunnel,
right? Like, so one donor gave this iPad to this student,
or not necessarily, but at least they can see, okay, this iPad costs $250, right, or something, and it's more, yeah. It's more. They feel like they can really affect the change faster than a big package of 20
okay, the
them.
number amount, yeah, that makes sense.
So that was a tip that I saw, and I was like,
that's pretty cool.
That's cool. Yep. So that's about it.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
So you like this process, the Donors Choose, right? And you would use it again.
Yeah.
And you would recommend it to other people, obviously.
Definitely.
Right. What's gonna be your next thing? Do you, like you say, you said someone recommended that you plan things out in the future? Do you have things in mind in the future that you would want? Just quickly.
Oh, I would probably, I'm learning so much about how the school classroom libraries are so important, and I haven't put much energy into that.
Classroom libraries.
And getting just titles for kids, newer books, newer book,
yeah.
Newer sets of books.
Newer authors.
Yeah, because I have a lot of old books in my room, and I do try to do it through my book orders, but so I think I'll do that one next.
It's probably faster,
right? But another tip I just thought of is that if I were to leave my school, I cannot take these things with me unless the principal approves of it, and I can bring it to the public school. So you need to make sure that these are not really, you don't wholly own all of it.
You don't, yeah,
because it's donated through donors, and you have to make sure that you go through their principal. It's all on their website. They're very good about getting back to you with customer service too.
Pretty cool. I like it. Donors Choose, and it seems that they served almost about 250,000 teachers already. So that's very impressive. And there's about 1.7 million supporters donating, and it's affecting 14 million students. Yeah, it's very powerful. I remember seeing something about this with Oprah a few years ago, that she is very active on this, and also Stephen Colbert.
He's a board member.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool that he's involved in this way. I like it. That's pretty cool.
I mean, that would be something that I'd love to work for them, if I leave the classroom.
Join their team.
Yeah, it seems like a really fulfilling place to work, and,
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Very nice. Okay, so one of the members of the National Advisory Council, he is actually a angel investor, and he is actually an alumni of my school in San Francisco, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yep, but he's a billionaire. So he's part of this Donors Choose National Advisory Council. So that's good to see.
Yeah, the connection there.
All right.
Well, that is the Donors Choose episode.
Donors Choose episode.
Yeah.
Very cool. I like that. So people, think of other projects you want to have funded and donated to, get those donations in.
And thank you for listening. Please subscribe, and we appreciate your time. See you
Thank
next
guys.
time.
Peace.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Teaching Bites podcast at www.teachingbites.com.